Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian Jaspersack, and as the committee chairperson for Troop 604, it is my privilege to welcome you on behalf of Troop 604 to the Eagle Scout Order of Honor for Mark Joseph Madison Allen. This time, I would like to ask former Senior David Walker to come forward to lead us in the invocation.
Before I do the invocation, there's an error in the pamphlet. It's marked has 39 merit badges. He actually has 40. Having eaten the most donuts in history. And I'm not kidding. Let us pray. Lord, we ask your blessing upon us so that we can be a blessing for Mark, because he truly and his family have been blessings for our parish, our community, and our world. He's always been very willing to reach out to help. He did earn all these badges, but he also has put them into practice, such as the wreaths that are laid on the graves of veterans and all the other situations that are in the community. You can always find Mark. And so we ask our blessing upon him as we truly honor him who has honored us. So Lord, continue to bless him with good health and good foresight, because there are other needs in the world that someone with the talent and the generosity of Mark Halley will be able to face. And we ask your blessing in Christ our Lord. Amen.
At this time, will the audience please stand for the presentation of the colors?
Flag. I'd like to allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Scout sign.
I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally and morally straight.
The scout is
Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and errant.
You may be seated. And can Tammy Wilkinson please come forward? In my previous troop, Troop 428, Tammy's late husband John, it was his tradition to pass around the Eagle Scout medal, and it symbolizes that everyone in the room touches it. And when I wear the pin, it reminds me of all of you that helped me along the trail of Eagle and to help me along that way. So I'm going to have Tammy walk around and pass it around to each table and have everyone touch it. And also, she's also passing around a St. Florian medal, which was my confirmation saint, which is the patron saint of all firemen. And I'm gonna wear that along my career being a fireman and hopefully get a job in the career department and be a career fireman. I'll wear that and think of all of you to help me. So Tammy's gonna do that now. And I have one last thing. Can everyone that's an Eagle Scout please stand? There's a lot more than I thought. So can we go around the room, starting with Fred? Can you just loudly say what year you got your Eagle Scout or what city and state?
1968, Montclair, New Jersey.
1969, Hammond.
1974, Branford.
2004, Madison.
1985, Olive White.
1985, Branford, Connecticut.
1991,
1989.
1999, Orange.
2019, North Branford, Connecticut.
2022, North Branford, Connecticut.
2008, Connecticut.
2007.
1957, Stony Brook.
Thank you, welcome to. And then since my project was about veterans, I would like to have all veterans in the room stand for a round of applause, please.
Now I have to step up for exactly one line. Will the Eagle candidate please step to center stage and face the audience?
Mark, this is the voice of the eagle. The eagle whose heights you have struggled hard to reach. We remember well when you first came to the base of the cliffs and how you looked up with ambition and determination. Look back for a moment. Look down the cliff you have climbed. Look at the experiences you have encountered in your ascent. These experiences should not be forgotten. You should profit by making sure adverse experiences do not occur again. Experience is a valuable teacher if you heed its teachings.
We remember when you took your first step upon the trail that leads upward. With the first step, you began to build yourself physically, mentally, and morally. You started living the Scout oath and law. All the while, you were on the trail. We watched you study, and we saw you learn by doing. First, you were only a scout.
Then your brother scouts called you a tenderfoot, and they were right. You were indeed a tenderfoot scout.
So, you reached the first ledge, and there you were greeted by a large group of second-class scouts.
Some, like you, were stopping to catch their breath before continuing along the trail. You began to study more, and you worked harder. And almost before you knew it, you came to another ledge, the ledge where the first class scouts dwell.
There you found a tempting green meadow, by a clear stream bathed in sun. Here you were tempted to remain. Yes, you could have remained there to live in first-class glory, but your ambition stirred you on. We will remember your advancement to Star Scout.
The trail from first class to star rank was not as difficult as it had seemed. This spurred you on. Again, you climbed further. The trail was steeper and less worn. Fewer scouts were headed in your direction. You looked down and saw the crowds below you. You looked up and saw a few above you. And with the same determination with which you started your climb, you continued up the trail. Soon, you earned the badge of life rank.
The heart badge was then placed on your uniform. You will never forget the thought in your heart. This feeling has been experienced by all scouts on reaching the ledge of life scout. Now I am close to the eagle. I will carry on. The trail became tougher, but more interesting. The original principles, the scout oath and law, now had a fuller meaning. Your understanding of them was greater.
Yes, we have watched your character unfold and become manlier. We have watched your leadership expand into a valuable asset. We have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. We have watched all these things in you, and now that you are on the threshold of your goal, we welcome you, for you have done your climbing in a true scout-like manner.
This is the voice of the eagle. At this time, Mark, you may take your seat. I would now like to welcome Miss Jean Lewis, the Advancement Chair of Troop 604, to review the Eagle Rank criteria.
Good morning. So the awarding of the Eagle Badge is an important and serious occasion, the climax and the goal for which a scout works for many, many years. And as you've seen, Mark's worked for many years to climb all of those ranks. It is an occasion of pride and joy, not only, Mark, for you, but also everybody that guided you along the way, and especially your parents. It's a time for serious contemplation. It's the culmination of the efforts of various leaders in the troop and troops. The Eagle Award is the highest award in scouting, the last major step in your advancement program. Yes, you're one of 7 out of 100 scouts, or 7% of the United States, that reach this rank. 7%, Mark. At this point, we trust that you've achieved our purpose in building a character, in training for leadership, community service, and the practice of service. To become an Eagle Scout, the Scout must earn a minimum of 21 merit badges. Mark, we hear it's 40 for you. The most important one we know is communication. This included 13, which were required. You must actively serve in troop leadership for a period of at least 6 months and achieve the rank of life. While a Life Scout, Mark planned, developed, carried out a service program with the Wreaths Across America and helpful to a religious institution, a community, or a school. As we know, he did quite well. You demonstrated, Mark, through the testimony of character and references and otherwise, that you lived the principles that we just reported of the Scout Oath and the law in your daily life. Mark appeared before a board of review, and I can tell you those boards of review are pretty grueling. And you passed. You've been a member of Troop 604 for 6 years, and I remember when you first started. You were young. In bringing the wreaths across America to Brantford, this is a national wreaths program, Mark, and in December 2019, you placed with your support of everybody here, over 1,600 wreaths on the graves in Brantford Veterans Cemetery. As the chairman of the Eagle Board of Review for Troop 604, it is my pleasure, Mark, truly, to report that after thorough review of everything you've done and how much you've grown, Mark Joseph Madison Haley, you now have qualified for the rank of Eagle and are qualified to receive this award. Congratulations, Mark.
In referencing those 39 merit badges that Mark earned, we have a few last-minute ones to award him because he has missed the last few Troop Courts of Honor. So, Mark, if you can come forward, I would like to award you your final 5 merit badges, which are leatherwork, wood carving, golf, wilderness survival, and gardening.
So to catch up to what, there's the page I want. All right. You told me to sit. As an Eagle Scout, I challenge you on behalf of all Eagle Scouts to accept the responsibilities as well as the honor of the Eagle Award. These responsibilities are as follows. An Eagle Scout must live with honor, because honor is sacred, the foundation of all character. An Eagle will live so that he reflects credit upon his home, church, school, friends, and of course himself. May the white of your badge remind you to live with honor. An Eagle Scout is to be loyal, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Neither pain nor profit, pride nor personal loss shall sway his loyalty. The blue of your badge is the emblem of loyalty. An Eagle Scout is courageous. Courage gives all character, force, and strength. With trust in God and faith in his fellow man, he faces each day unafraid and seeks his share of the world's work to do. Let the red of your badge remind you of courage. Finally, an Eagle Scout is service-oriented. Extend a helping hand to those who toil along the scouting trail that you have completed, just as others have aided you. The daily good turn must take on a new meaning and a better life pattern of service. Protect and defend the weak and helpless, comfort the unfortunate and oppressed, uphold the rights of others as well as your own. Remember, real leadership is founded upon real service. At this time, I ask Eagle Scout Harold Barrington to come forward to administer the Eagle Scout oath.
Will all Eagle Scouts present please stand for the reading of the Eagle Scout oath. Mark, please give the Scout sign and repeat the Eagle Scout oath after me. I reaffirm my allegiance three promises of the Scout Oath.
do three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of the rank of Eagle Scout.
of the rank of Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training, example, rank, and influence
to make my training example, rank, and influence
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting
and for better citizenship
and
and for better citizenship
for better citizenship
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contact with other people.
Always.
Always.
Eagles in the audience may be seated.
Will the honor guard please escort the parents of the Eagle candidate forward?
I knew that was going to happen.
At this time, I'm kind of curious where the Eagle pin is in the crowd. If we,
How many more tables do we got?
One. Yes, I know. I'm yes. All right. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice and helpfulness from Mark's mother, which have helped lead us to this day. As a symbol of what his mother made possible, the court now asks Mark to present his mother with a miniature eagle pin. Mark, your father has stood by you over the years and has offered his encouragement and assistance. As a symbol of what he has contributed to your attainment of this award, the court now asks you to present him with a miniature eagle pin. Mark, by the power vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. And it is with distinct honor and pleasure that I present you with the Eagle Scout Award, which I'll ask your mother to pin over your heart.
At this time, I'd like to call forward Jim Conklin to present Mark with the firefighting medallion.
I didn't know this.
It's not a really legal court unless somebody is blindsided by having to speak in court.
Mark, in the binder and on the table off to my left, you will find your Eagle Scout certificate signed by the Chief Scout Executive and the President of the United States. Along with it, you will find an Eagle Scout card and a flag that was flown over the cap. At this time, I'd like to call forward our committee chair, Brian Kazmierczak, and our Assistant Scoutmaster, Henry McKinney, to present Mark his Eagle neckerchief. So Mark, on behalf of the Scouts, adult leaders, and committee members of Troop 604, it is our distinct pleasure to present you the Eagle Scout neckerchief.
Keep going. The National Eagle Scout Association was established in 1972 as a fellowship of men who have achieved the rank of Eagle Scouts. Mark, in recognition of your achievement, your parents have given you a NISA membership on behalf of the troop in MP Rice Hose Company Number 2. It is my pleasure for us to present you this certificate for not only we normally do is a 5-year membership, but in coordination with the firehouse, we will purchase you a lifetime membership at the National Eagle Scout.
So, Mark, you may take a seat. Your parents will join you. We're now going to open up the microphone for special presentations on behalf of Mark. So, I know we have a list of some people, and I know there's some people who've already stepped up, so I'll just step aside.
Lord, we thank you for being with us as we honor Mark, as he has honored us over the years and now has earned this, the ultimate best award from the Scouts. And so we ask your blessing upon him, not only today, but in the future, that he'll continue his great spirit of gentleness, generosity, and involvement. He's always there for others, and we ask that you be there with him so that he'll continue his mission in life. And we ask his blessing on all of us here, and our families, and our community. And we thank you, Christ our Lord.
It's a great honor to be here. I always enjoy attending these presentations where Scouts achieve this great honor. Often it's asked, where's the next generation of those who will serve their community, either through volunteerism or in public service. And, you look at the Scouts, and certainly those that have achieved Eagle Scout, as recognized at the beginning of this room, many of them continue to serve on. So it's great to have Matt right here, Mark, Matt too. So Mark here, right here in Branford, and it's been, we've been first selected now, going on to just over 8 years. And for many years, looking out the window, seeing Mark run around in his work boots, shorts, and just getting things done. I mean, you're not going to outwork the guy. He's great. And boy, he has grown since then. I guess the secret of it is donuts. So, donuts continue to eat. But all seriousness, Mark, I'd like, on behalf of the town, to present you a certificate of achievement presented to Mark Joseph Halley. As a scout, you have developed many skills to help you take care of yourself. You have developed strength, confidence, and good judgment. All of these skills have helped you discover that you can make good things happen in your life by setting goals and then reaching for them, such as reaching the most important scouting goal of all, the Eagle Scout rank. Congratulations on your accomplishments, and I wish you continued success in the future.
I've known Mark for 5 years, watching him transform from a sassy and somewhat wild 13-year-old, though what 13-year-old isn't a little wild, to the impressive man that we celebrate here today. Over the last 5 years, I've gotten to watch Mark be a student, a friend, a boyfriend, a doormate, and a person. He's someone who genuinely cares about those around him, always checking in and putting effort in to get to know you and actually listening to you. Not something you can say for a lot of teenagers. I consider myself lucky to be one of Mark's trusted people, sometimes finding myself discussing things I never expected to as a teacher, or finding unique things in my car or office. He makes my day-to-day job so much more interesting and fun. He has accomplished so much at school, being a prominent member of student government, a wonderful student ambassador for new students, along with all of his work outside of school, like his work with the Firehouse and Reads Across America. It's no surprise to me that we are here today to celebrate this accomplishment. I know that this passion and hard work that Mark puts in wherever he is will continue to serve him well, and I can't wait to see what his future holds. Mark, you know I always tell you to be proud of yourself, even when you don't always think you should be. This is one of those moments. Be proud.
My name's James. I was surprised when Mark asked me to give a speech at his board honor because the nickname him and Mary have given me is Flatliner. My way of delivering information and sarcasm is pretty much the same, so hold on to your seats for this awkward ride. It seems like yesterday there was this 13-year-old, impulsive, loud, energetic student on campus, and now here he is all grown up. Still impulsive, loud, and energetic. I've also known Mark for the past 5 years, and it's an absolute honor for me to be asked to speak on behalf of this gentleman receiving the highest scouting rank today. Congratulations, Mark. As I look around the room, I notice one important aspect that we all have in common with Mark, and that's community. Mark consistently brings people together through his relentless efforts of reaching out. If you've been on the receiving end of these calls, you know exactly what I mean. And they can happen at any time of the day or night. Sometimes these calls are about setting up work, gathering volunteers for projects, asking if you want a church pew, a cast iron pan, or some sort of lawn equipment that you found on the job with your dad. Other times, Mark calls for advice on life situations or to find out how your day has been. I'll be honest, there have been times when I see the third or fourth call come in and I let it go right to voicemail. Sorry, Mark. However, now that I look around the room and I see all these people who supported you, I know one of them answered your call that day. In the end, I will almost always answer the call because I know I'm going to get free stuff, hear a ridiculous story, or be able to lend some advice. Lending advice are the best calls for me. I played sports growing up, and I always looked up to the coaches, and as I entered into more competitive sports, that never changed. The coaches knew that it wasn't just about developing the skills on the field, but about developing each individual player for the next stage in life. Although I've not had the opportunity to coach Mark in competitive sports, I've been lucky enough to be one of his coaches through the last 5 years. I'm impressed with his way of curiosity for life and dedication to being better. He always is asking questions and wondering why people do certain things. He doesn't always listen to the answers, do what you ask, but one day he might. There have been times when he has stopped talking to me for months and reached out to other coaches. And there have been times I wished he stopped talking to me for just one day. Overall, Mark is one of those coachable players who wants to be the best and figure out the right way to do it. I know he'll continue to find coaches throughout his life and keep learning. Throughout the years of coaching alongside some incredible people here in this room, from where it all started with Matt and Mary, to his current coaches at Franklin Academy, Bill Franklin, the members of Troop 604, MP Rice Host Company number 2, and the countless other members in this room. Here are some memorable moments and ways that Mark has built a community on our campus. 2 years ago, we had a project to film a kind of a documentary about what our team was, and he got every member of his class to participate in this movie, which was quite an incredible feat. He spent hours in the woods transforming a piece of wooded area into a mountain bike trail for students to use. He's one of the lead photographers for the yearbook, and he is also a student ambassador. So as a student ambassador, Mark participates on Zoom calls with prospective students and their families. So he's not only creating a community on campus, but also creates an environment for others to join. Academically, Mark will be graduating with honors in science. In addition, he earned college credit in the UConn math course. Not only did he earn credit, but according to his math teacher, Amy Bigelow, he organized study groups and motivated at least one other of his other peers to earn credit as well. I'm very proud of Mark. He's a dedicated student, friend, and family member. He's part of the volunteer fire department and has brought wreaths across America to his hometown of Branford. Mark has aspirations to attend college and continue his passions. Although he does not believe me when I say I would not have been able to accomplish everything that he has accomplished so far at his age. It's a testament to him and the community that he has created. This is for you, Mark. Mark, continue being who you are, because who you are led you here, and who you are will lead you through life. You have great character and core beliefs. Moving forward, do not change who you are, but develop, understand, and accept who you are. Be proud of your accomplishments, and continue building your confidence. I'm looking forward to what the next 5 years brings to our relationship and to your community. Thank you.
First time I met Mark, he was a little guy, and I was in office at the time, and the secretary says, "You got a visitor," which was always a good sign when she said, "I have a visitor." Because sometimes when she said, "Somebody wants to see you," that's generally trouble. When it said, "You have a visitor," normally that meant maybe one of the grandchildren or somebody like that. So I dropped everything and I go out to look, and there was a countertop, and there was, all I could see was the top of the head of this young fellow. He come in, he said, "I want to give you something." Okay, he come in. And what he had made out of building blocks, those little toy building blocks, he put that on two rocks, he spelled it out on the block. And I was truly touched with that, but I watched how proud he was that he made it. And he actually signed the back of it. And I put that in a place of honor on the shelf there, as long as I was in office. And then to this day, it's in my workshop. It's a reminder of a young man that I knew was going to go places. And as I watched Mark and his family, they would be out there, as Jamie said, out there, you look out the window of the office and you could see little Halleys out there making something right. And make sure it gets set up, they make sure it gets taken down, they make sure it's all cleaned up after all these events. And there were many events that they participated in and made it work. But, and I always call them the three M's, the three M's. There's Mary, Mark, and Matt. And they were in that and to work virtually everything that was good for Branford. And they were in the middle. Mark, I watched him as an officer. When I first met him, or first watched him his first mass, he went up, and then his gown was about an inch off the floor. And he made it up to serve the mass. And about 3 years ago, I watched Mark, and he was prior to the mass, he had taken two young officers up before the mass started, and he showed them the ropes. And those two kids were watching them act like he was a big brother. And he was instructing them how to do it. And they came back down and got ready for the mass. But one of the things I noticed was that his gown was now only an inch below his knees. You know, Mark, you were tender. It's an accomplishment and came from. But it's one of the first things that a young man is going to do on his own. And I say this, I have to emphasize the fact that it is on its own. Although all you folks out there have something to do with this young man becoming an Eagle Scout. But there was one decision that he had to make, and this was on his own. Was he going to continue to do it? This is not easy to be an Eagle Scout. It wasn't meant to be easy. What it had to do was build character. And what it did do, in Mark's case, it did. Now, also there's a lot of people that should be very, very proud of. And I go back to some that are not normally mentioned, but they are their scouters, the scout masters, and the scout troop. They're all extremely proud of the fact that they met another man who joined in the ranks of Eagle. When I got my Eagle back in 1957, things were a lot different then. We probably didn't have the tools that you have today, but what we did have was the pressure for you to give up. Today, there's so many things for young people to do that to concentrate on becoming an Eagle is an extraordinary achievement. And I'm needless to say all the accomplishments that he has done. One of them being that is streets across America. When he told me he was going to do that, I said, what an ambitious bargain. And I really shook my head. I said, this is really ambitious. And that wasn't good enough for Mark. He decided to make an annual event here in Brentwood. And Mark, I didn't bring any certificates or anything for you, but all I can bring you is my friendship. Okay.
Try to keep it short and sweet, but my name is Joseph Lafredo. I'm the Lodge Chief for Waunico Lodge 313, Order of the Arrow. Now, some of you may be wondering what the Order of the Arrow is. Well, if you look around the room at all the scouters, you're probably going to see us all wearing this white sash, right? Or this beautiful lodge flag, which we'll talk about more later. But the Order of the Arrow is an honor society that's inside of scouting that is based in the virtues. We are a brotherhood of cheerful service. So, Mark, over the past couple of years, have extremely shown his service to his town, service to council, service to their districts in many other ways. And us from Waunico Lodge, we want to thank him for all this hard work he's done throughout his entire scouting career in all different ways. So, Mark is actually being honored to be one of the first Eagle Scouts to receive our new Eagle Scout flag that he can wear anytime for the rest of his career he's involved with the Order of the Arrow. So, Mark, again, for one more time, thank you.
Hi, Mark.
Here we go.
First off, I've known Mark for close to 7 years now. I started out as Mark's 6th grade social studies teacher at St. Rita's School in Hampton. And that's where I first got to meet Mark. And everything that's pretty much been said about Mark as a student, I can pretty much echo at this point. You know, loud, impulsive, you know, moments in the sun. But, you know, Mark is having a tough time at that point, and I'm very, very glad that we were able to get him at the pattern he is now. And it was due to some discussions with his mother that we decided, hey, Mark, maybe you should come check out Troop 604. And 6 years ago, he did, and it took some time. Mark took an adjustment period for Mark. But I have to say, the last 6 years of watching Mark grow as an individual has been an absolute pleasure. I know there have been times that you have caused Mr. McKinney and I great grief. From the, you know, the water to the, you know, those calls in the middle of the night that were referenced earlier. I got 5 of those yesterday, by the way. But, you know, Mark, you've come such a long way, and to see what you have grown into today is a testament to your family, a testament to you, and a testament to the Scouting program as a whole. So congratulations to you on behalf of the faculty and staff of the St. Louis School and the Assistant Scoutmasters, and Committee of Troop 604. I just want to briefly hit on, we have your awards binder over here. There you will find, like I mentioned earlier, your Eagle Scout certificate. Some various other certificates that are related to other organizations around the country. For Eagle Scouts, you will also find a few letters of congratulations. You will also find a personal letter from me in there as well. You should be receiving some other letters in mail in the coming weeks and have been requested as well. But yeah, those are my words. I know, Mary, I know you wanted to say a few things, so let's get it going because I know we're already running short on time. Because I know we have to cut the mic in about 15 minutes, so you know.
I want to thank everyone for coming. It's been a pleasure knowing everyone here and how much you helped us. Is that good? Can you hear me now? Is that better? You know, when Mark was barely 6 months old, I had him in a little wagon. I made bread for all our neighbors and I dragged him up and down the streets. I wanted everyone to know Mark because if Mark ever messed up, I wanted to make sure they knew they could call me. That's how I started. But I also told Mark to be kind to all your neighbors, know your neighbors, and be good to people. And be the best that you can be. And Mark has achieved so much. Everyone he's reached out to here, he's just grown and developed so much. It's been so wonderful to see. And when we go through our struggles in life, Mark and I, as a family, will talk, well, we hit one bridge and we're like, okay, God put us in this place for a reason. There's another door open for us. We'll get through this hurdle. And every step we've been, when there's been a turn that didn't work right, God opened up another door for us. And one of the big turning points for us was Mr. Behrens. As he said, he was his 6th grade studies teacher. He picked up on something with Mark, and he got the road going. So Mark had a better education. He wasn't left behind. And it's because of Mr. Behrens that he's now at Franklin Academy. And Franklin Academy has done so much for Mark to grow and develop. So he's been a key person in our life. I can't thank Mr. Behrens enough. I'll just give a few housekeeping things once we're all done. There's going to be an omelet station. We have the Scouting Museum marks. There's going to be a waffle station, pancakes and sausage. So when it's time to eat, you can go to any station. That's the housekeeping. Thank you.
Mark, I noticed that you did not proofread this. There's not your name at the start of this. But Mark, I have the honor of giving you the Eagle Scout charge on this occasion of your elevation to the highest ranking scout. The Boy Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history, and you have been counted worthy of the highest rankings membership. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you know well, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to country, to fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother Scouts. When you fail, you bring down by so much the good name of all true and worthy Scouts. Your responsibility goes beyond your fellow Scouts to your country and God. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these things depend, for the most part, on the character and leadership abilities of her citizens. You are to help her in all that she needs most. She has a great past. You are here to make her future greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lean only toward the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and fellow man. So live and serve, that those who know you will be inspired to the finest living. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and abilities to the common good. Build America on the solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence to God. And whatever others may do, you will leave behind a record of which every Scout may be proud. At this time, the court invites Eagle Scout Mark Joseph Madison Howard to make his remarks on this occasion.
Hi. Good morning. Thank you everyone for taking time out of your Sunday to be here. It means a lot to me and my family to have such a great community of supporters, friends, and mentors. I'd like to start out with a quick story and then ask somebody to come forward. I would like to start by saying my goal to Eagle was a little different, and I first made the goal of reaching Eagle status around 7 years ago. For all of you that have the pleasure of knowing me, you know I ask a lot of questions. When I say a lot, I mean a lot of questions. So one day, after a call at the MP Rice Firehouse in Bradford, where my dad is a member, I was tagging along. I went over to Harold Barringham, back there, current captain of Company 2, and I said, "What's that?" pointing to his phone case. He said, "Take a guess." I said, "I don't know, a fun sticker?" He said, "No, this is a sticker saying I am in the National Eagle Scout Association." And he said, "When are you getting your Eagle Scout?" I said to him, "I don't know, I haven't thought that far ahead." And Harold responded by saying, "All right, well, the next time I see you, I will ask you again, so be prepared to tell me." I said, "Okay." We repeated that same conversation many more times over the years. With his never-ending support and mentorship, he played a consistent role in reaching his goal and many others, and my goal in reaching many others. So I would ask Harold to come up now for a mentor pen. Chief Mahoney and the Bradford Fire Department has helped me a long way in this journey. So thank you very much to all of them, especially Chief Mahoney. I started at Engine 9 as an explorer 4 years ago, and then moved into Engine Company 2 when my dad was at the age of 18. Firefighting is a huge part of my life and hopefully my future. Bradford Fire Department has supported me and pushed me through the challenges and to challenge myself. Engine 2 specifically helped me with my Eagle Scout project in 2019 troops across America. I have the bad habit of asking last minute for favors, as you all must know. I asked all the fire companies in town the week before my project to possibly have a showing for the event. And I expected maybe a truck or two and 1 or 2 firemen. They came out with 7 fire apparatus and over 40 firemen to help out. They help me in all aspects of my life, and they keep pushing me to do my best. Thank you to all the members of Engine 2 and the Bradford Fire Department. For those that were at my Eagle Scout project, you remember it was raining. All of them were there 2 hours before and 2 hours after. My mom, my dad, my godfather Jim, and my godmother Veronica. My third mother, Maureen Durkin. They all helped me every step of the way. They helped clean up, take down in the rain, but they also just helped while it's raining. They were all there my whole life. If it wasn't for these people, I would not have been able to do this and become an Eagle. So I would like Veronica, Jim, and Maureen Durkin to step forward for mentor things. Now, I'd like to thank everyone sitting at the horizontal morning table. If it wasn't for all the teachers and staff in my school, even though I talked about how much I hate school all the time, it's all I owe to all the teachers and the staff of that school to help me. They were a huge part of my life, and they were a huge part in making me who I am now, and helping me in every step over the 5 years. And we just heard from 2 of the teachers out of many that would say, I think most of what Jim and Sarah said, they would agree very much. So thank you to all of those teachers for putting the hard work to putting towards me, and I would like to thank them because now high school won't be a place I hate, but a place that I'll remember for the years to come. Now I'd like to go ahead and thank every person in this room because you all helped me in some sort of way. And if I thanked and told you every single person how you helped me, we won't be able to eat breakfast, we'll be eating dinner or late dinner. And you guys are all very hungry, so I'll keep this short. So to wrap it up, thank you everyone that came out and supported me along this path. It means a lot that I've had this many people through the Eagle Scout journey in my project in life. And I could not have done this without you. And one last quick thank you. Can't let this one slide. I want to thank Eva Barber for helping me for the past 2 days with my speech and making it sound mostly professional. If it wasn't me, it wouldn't be this good. She helped me set up the hall and got everything done, so thank you to her. But thank you again for every single person that helped me. I would also like to have everyone thank the Knights of Columbus for cooking us breakfast and making it available. Thank you all for coming to this. It means a lot to me, and I will hopefully talk to you during breakfast. Thank you. I forgot one last thing. If after, when we're done here, if all the Eagles could come up to the stage for a group photo, so everyone that's an Eagle Scout in the room, please come on up when we're done here for a group photo. Thank you.
Okay. After the ceremony is over, as mentioned, I invite you to stay on behalf of Mark and his parents for breakfast. I now declare this Eagle Scout Court of Honor adjourned. Please stand for the retiring of the colors. color guard, retire the colors. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we're going to call all the Eagle Scouts forward to try and do that group shot that we're going to be pumping. So you can make your way forward, but we really appreciate it.